Hi, this is Skari, and today we have BBDL Season 5 draft breakdown. So this is my third season in BBDL, which is crazy to even think about. But um, yeah, I've been in low tiers pretty much, or not low tiers, but the lower division for probably I think my whole run. And um, I'm still there because I am not the best at the game. But I'm hoping I can change. I tried to draft a team that's way better suited for my playstyle and with mons that I've kind of used, but um, like you could see the first mon Latios. I haven't used this mon in like 2 or 3 years. It's been a minute, and I want to build around it. I wanted to first off make it my Terra Captain. That's what the T is. Just want to put that out there. Um, but yeah, I wanted to build around Latios. I kind of had a, literally, I did not get sniped. I think except for Thunderous Incarnate was the only snipe, which is so crazy. Like, I love this team that I built. Um, and I'm luckily going to be able to play with it. But Latios, the main mon I want to bring the main mon I wanted to build around because I think it's very uniquely styled. It's literally offensive Latias, but it can also be like a Spadefwa. It can kind of go defensive a little bit. I think, oh my god. Um, hold on. Hold on. Give me a minute, give me a minute. Um, Bop. Alright. I gotta change this to NatDex. Um, right. Come on. There we go. Alright. So now we're in NatDex now. We can actually see its move pool. It has a huge move pool. Only downside is obviously no Terra Blast, but Latios has a ton of coverage to where it doesn't really matter. You can already see it has a good water type move, good electric type move. It could Terra Psychic for even stronger stored powers. It could defensively Terra. It could Terra Poison to only have a Psychic weakness. It could Terra, I guess, Electric to have no weakness. It's such a flexible mon that I really like it, and that's kind of my playstyle a lot of times, is flexibility is key. So having a mon like Latios I think is perfectly built for me. And the mon I want to pair with it, I honestly forget which I picked first, but it's Great Tusk. Because Great Tusk, it literally just covers the bases. I'm a big proponent of the Psychic Fighting Dark Core, um, and I think whatever mon you decide to build around, I think you should really focus on those one or two cores that it's in for at least typing. Um, and then also, you know, offensively and defensively and trying to maximize that. So, Great Tusk kind of does all of that in one pick. Obviously, it's not a dragon, it's not a steel or anything like that, and it can't Terra, um, because Latios does that. And I already had my two Terras in mind anyways, so it, Tusk was never gonna get that Terra. But I've used Tusk, man. It's such a flexible mon. Last season I used it, the only season I used it, I believe. Or no, I had it in another league. Um, the first season I used it, I did not have removal besides it, so I felt like it always had to run rapid spin. But I changed my ways in this league at least. I have. I mean, really, it's only like two defog, two or three, two defoggers at most. So it probably will be running spin a lot, unfortunately, but um, I think Great Tusk is great defensively, and I think it's obviously great offensively. Bulk Up can just KO a ton of teams in the metagame right now. Um, and I think like Bulk Up Spin is obviously like huge in the metagame as well. It's just such a, I mean, come on, you know Tusk, you know, I don't think I need to go over that. Next mon, kind of a reach, but honestly when you're drafting, oh, I was 14th by the way. My original plan was Iron Valiant, but that got picked somehow at 11th. Like it started falling, and I was just like, wow, it might actually land me. And then it did not. So instead, we went to the backup plan, which is Latios. Then we got Great Tusk, and I was like, fuck. I kind of didn't really know where to go from here. I kind of wanted, um, I guess to start finishing some cores. I know fairies are, and opposed to, Paldea decks. I know in that decks, fairies are super huge. You need a fairy type. Um, and while this fairy doesn't really have the best like cleric options, it's kind of it's a good wall, and that's honestly all I wanted. And it's like the opposite of Great Tusk. Like literally, literally, it is like the opposite of Great Tusk. And that's Primarina. It has two pretty good abilities. It has a pretty decent HP, or not HP. Well, I mean, it does have decent HP, but it has a decent EV stat distribution. It can run a ton of different things. I'm pretty sure City Crystals are banned. Has momentum. I think that was the other big thing I was looking at was I wanted a wall with momentum. Just so I can get in like a threat like Latios or a threat like Great Tusk or a threat like my next mon. Ooh, foreshadowing and like all that. Um, whatever. Um, but yeah, Primarina is insane and it's one of my favorite Pokemon in general. So, kind of felt like I had to bring it. Kind of felt like I had to, but this is just completing the Fairy Dragon Steel core, and it's also completing the it's starting the Fire Water Grass core. I know okay. What I mean by don't focus on cores or don't focus on whatever, focus on your main core. This is focusing on the main core. This is still focusing on the main core. It's when once you have like your main core set, then you start looking at your support mons and being like, oh, how can I make this mon better? How can I elevate the rest of these guys? Because you're first, okay. I I do this a lot. I get in like a lecture mode, but usually in drafts, or at least how I play draft, or how I'm, I guess, starting to now play draft, is you want to have uh, a main mon that's supported by a good core, and have that core supported by, you know, another good core, another two good cores. So in this case, I'm building around Latios. And I've already got some pretty good mons. I might as well reveal my next mon, and that's a Weavile. Um, Surrounded by literally like three really good mons. So this core is pretty much done. The next mon kind of sets it in stone as like, okay, this is my Fairy Dragon Steel core. This is my Fighting Dark Psychic core. And these are meant to support Latios. That's kind of the point of cores. Is to support your best mon and to make sure that pops out. And the purpose of cores is because that one mon pops out, it makes the others look good in comparison and elevate those in comparison. I hope that makes sense. So Weavile. Because I'm pretty much done with Miss Swift. But Cat Barbie, because I just saw Barbie and I loved it. And Cat, it's a cat and it's got a pink shiny, so I mean that's close, right? That I'm honestly kind of Barbie. Yeah, Weavile's insane, man. It has SD, it has knock, it has everything it had. I would have loved to given it the Terra and Triple Axle. I would have loved to given it Terra. Again, already had Terra planned. I already knew what I wanted. But Weavile hits like a truck. It has insane sets. It has really three good sets, and that's Boots, Band, and I guess SD is kind of SD is already really in that you know, category, but yeah, yeah. So that's Weavile. Weavile, you know, and it supports the core. Fighting Dark Psychic is extremely offensive core, and I think I really capitalized on that, while also having a really like these two are pretty like they have pretty solid defenses too. Weavile obviously doesn't, but Tusky and Testosterone. um, do. So yeah, next mon completing the Fairy Dragon Steel Core is Registeel. Um, and I wanted another rocker. That was really the goal with Registeel, is get like a really consistent wall. If you know me, I love playing my walls like this or like this. Um, and then having some defense obviously in it. Like this is carving on steroids, which is awesome. Because I love carving. So I'm gonna really enjoy Registeel. I know it doesn't. I don't think it has the best coverage. Oh no, it does have really decent coverage actually, and it gets like the yeah. I'm gonna love Registeel. Um, it's a good mon. It's a really good mon, and it just fits my core kind of well. So yeah, I don't think there's much. But now that we're done with the cores, with the main cores at least, we can now start implementing our, I guess, the number two option, quote unquote, or like other win cons, because obviously I'm trying to set up Latios, right? I'm trying to make Latios succeed. That is why I've picked everything so far. But now that I have this core where it's like most games, like 3 or 4 of these mons are coming, right? Maybe even all 5 of these mons are going to be coming. Um, so now the goal is, if Latios doesn't have that great matchup where it could just win, or something else, like, oh, if I had so and so, and like, you know, like if I had Hail on Weavile, it could live this hit, and then it could set up and sweep, or we're looking for that kind of like the mix-up game, I guess, where it's like it makes you prep for more than you need to, right? This is already good, but we need something to take the team, the squad over the edge, and that mon is Megazord Y. And I'm very nervous in picking this one because I know exactly what happens when you pick Megazord Y. I know it. I see it all the time. Everybody brings rocks against you, right? Because it's quad weak and whatnot. But this team is very different because this is not a Sun team. This is not. Um, Obviously, I think I have to say my next pick is Venusaur, but, or actually, I'm pretty sure it was like this. I'm pretty sure the picks were like this. It was Venusaur and then Zard Y. Um, but I kind of have to mention both. The reason I picked Zard Y was not because it's Zard Y. I wanted Sun. Honestly, my original pick was Ninetales. That was going to be my original pick, and then someone was like, hey, literally, like, if you picked Zard Y, your team goes from, like, pretty good to, like, there's a ton of fucking things you have to deal with. And I was like, I'll take the ton of things you have to deal with. So that's why Zard Y is here, but really I need that Sun, man. This, it's for Great Tusk. I want endgame Great Tusk moments where it can thrive. I want that. I need that. I thrive off that. And because we've started kind of going in this route where, okay, we got Zard Y, what's next? Now, you know, you get a Sun Sweeper, obviously. I mean, we already have Great Tusk, which can kind of Sun Sweep. Well, it does Sun Sweep with Sun. But now we have another mon that could really take advantage and allow Great Tusk to kind of also go photosynthesis, defense boost, or photosynthesis attack boost, or whatever. Because Venusaur can sweep with Sun. I don't know how often I'm going to bring Venusaur in Sun. Honestly, like, I don't even know how often I'm going to bring Sun. Because Sun, you have to prep for. You have to prep for it. You have to bring rocks against me. Because if Zard gets in, hell, I could literally bring Zard for, like, endgame. And just bring it in to get Sun up for Great Tusk. Or bring it in to get Sun up for Venusaur. Like, that could literally be Zard's role one game. So, yeah. Zard's just insanely good for this team. And it just elevates everybody else. And the next one, you might be like, oh my god, hazard support, you're garbage at it because you literally only have Great Tusk and Latios. And yes, Latios gets Defog. And yes, it's probably not going to come. Or it's not going to come very often. And Great Tusk is probably going to be bringing Spinalon, unfortunately. So I was like, shit, how do I fix this? How do I fix this? And I was like, well, let's get a prankster mod because then, defog always goes first, and obviously dark types don't work against it. So let's get something that can combat dark types. Let's get Whimsicott. Why not? Whimsicott has defog. It has encore. It's a trolling mon. It gets also U-turn, which I love for pivoting, and I get stun spawn, which I love for paralysis. Um, but Whimsicott's kind of just perfect for what I was looking for. It also does get chlorophyll, so I guess it could be a late game sweeper. It has honestly, it has three really good abilities for this team. Um, but yeah, I literally just was like, let me get Prankster defog. That's why I wanted Tornadus Eye, because I also wanted a flying and electric type, and that was when I originally had Ninetales. So even then, like, I was still thinking about that option. But I went with Whimsicott. I think I was looking at my things and I was like, wow, ground types can just like honestly go hard on this team. Like obviously I have Latios to, you know, it's an immunity, and I have Great Tusk which can pretty much take ground hits. But I wanted something that, and then obviously Charizard's immune, but I wanted something that could reliably come in on a ground type move. And I know, obviously these stats aren't the best, but if you're Prankster and you have like this obnoxious speed stat, I don't really need to invest. So you're going to be seeing a lot of defensive Whimsicots and a lot of, that's kind of my bread and butter. Especially with Prankster Mons. And speaking of Pranksters Mons, let's get another one. We got a little Gemster. Oh yeah, the Spoiled Girl because it's Charizard and because, I mean, like, you could run this prep against me if you brought Rivalry. I'm always scared somebody's gonna bring Rivalry because I always make all my Mons female. Because, in the Pokemon games, the trainer, well, at least in the beginning Pokemon games, your trainer gender for your opponents, whatever gender that was, that would be the rest of the Mons, unless, I guess there's exceptions with, like, um, I don't know, like, Cresselia, I guess, is female, so, like, if a male trainer had it, it would obviously still be female because it's 100%, but that's pretty much how it works. That's why I do it. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on to Little Gemster. So, Sableye is another mon I've been using a lot. Um, I had it in, well, I've had it in many leagues now, but really, it like, okay, let's say I don't want to bring Zard because A, it doesn't have a good matchup, or B, I don't want the rocks, I don't need the rocks, I can kind of go without them, but I still want sun. Well, we got little Sableye here, or sorry, little Gemster here, and we also have, I'm pretty sure Whimsicott gets Sunny Day, because everything gets Sunny Day, yeah, it gets Sunny Day. I can't scroll down, but it's literally right after Solar Beam. Um, here, boom, cool. But yeah, this thing gets Sunny Day, it gets Rain Dance, and I believe Sandstorm, I think it gets all of them. No, it does not get Sandstorm, but it does get Rain Dance and Sunny Day. I know that for sure because I use both. It gets dual screens. Does it get Pain Split? Yeah, it gets Pain Split. And Recover. It gets Bulk Up, I believe. It gets Calm Mind. Sableye just can do a lot of things. Like, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if I brought it as a sweeper in one match, just because it literally can do that. Like, it just does not care, and it's funny. Um, but yeah, so you might be thinking, okay, Ari, what's your last mon? Because if you were keeping track at home, which you definitely weren't, because I've not been saying the point totals, or even how much points I have in total in general, um, I have 2 points left. What am I going to do with those 2 points? I could have just gotten a 6-pointer. Because, again, Sable has 4 points. How do you not know that? Of course. Um, but I have recently been inspired by, which, is usually trouble, but I was inspired by one of my favorite YouTubers, who is doing a draft league, and he's like, uh, red, blue, and yellow, um, uh, metagame YouTuber, and he like, does stuff like that. I am like desperately trying to find it just to make sure. Oh, Reverend. One of my favorite ones, and he has this mon. I don't think he has Terra with it, but he has this mon, and it's been putting in an insane amount of works. So I was like, fuck, I want that. I want that. And then I did that. So we have the barrel, aka liberal, because it's kind of in the name, honestly. Um, dude, if you don't know, you're missing out, man. The biggest thing that this thing will be running is simple sword stance and then jet quick attack. Because it's literally a great endgame sweeper, especially with Terra. Dude, it automatically pretty much gets a choice band with Terra. And I could run like Life Orb on it because why the fuck not? It's Barrel. It also gets some funny shit like Yawn for some reason, and it gets Rocks too, which is, hilarious. And it gets Thunderwave, which is also hilarious, and Taunt and Scald, and a lot of not fun stuff that you wouldn't expect. Such a handsome, or sorry, such a pretty and such and beautiful mon like Barrel. Um, but it does. It also gets unaware, which I don't. Why? Why? I don't get it, but I mean like Strongjaw is probably a better ability, but or it makes more sense than unaware, but yeah, Moody's banned obviously, but oh my god. But yeah, Barrel's endgame sweeper, and it's just it's here because I thought it would be funny, so it's here. Um, but yeah, I mean that's really it to my team. That's really all to my team. Um, I think it's really good. I really like this team. I think it's one of the better teams I've made in a while, which is saying something. Because it kind of just has everything. Like you need to prep for everything. Besides I guess Barrel, but even then, Barrel's Terra. Like if you sleep on Barrel, it's gonna come against you, and it's gonna put in work. That's usually what it does. And, um, yeah, that's gonna be it from me. I hope you enjoyed. I tried to keep this one shorter. I think I kept it. Yeah, it's like if you look at my other ones, this is shorter. But yeah, that's gonna be it from me. I hope you enjoyed my shitty voice that I am trying to improve, but I'm failing at. Um, yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Peace.